The storm that strengthens. A lesson in success. One summer, a young boy visited his grandfather, eager to spend his holidays playing together. One day, while they sat under the shade of an old tree, the boy looked at his grandpa and said, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be successful. Can you tell me how to do that?" His grandfather, with a knowing smile, nodded and said, "Follow me." The two walked quietly through the garden to a nearby nursery. There, Grandpa bought two small, unassuming plants and led the boy back home. Once back, Grandpa carefully planted one in a small pot and placed it inside the house. The other he planted outside, where the wind blew harshly and the sun beat down relentlessly. "Tell me, which of these plants do you think will grow better in the future?" Grandpa asked, his voice calm but full of intrigue. The boy studied them for a moment, his young mind turning over the question. Finally, he answered confidently, "The one inside the house. It's safe, away from dangers like storms, sunlight, and animals. The one outside will face too many risks." Grandpa smiled but said nothing. "Let's see what happens," he replied mysteriously. Years passed. The boy grew older, and the time came for another visit to his grandfather. He walked into the house looking for Grandpa and immediately asked, "Grandpa, last time you didn't tell me how to be successful. You only showed me plants. Now you have to tell me, what's the secret?" Grandpa's eyes twinkled as he smiled. "Sure, my boy, but first, let's take a look at those plants we planted." They walked to the garden where Grandpa had placed the two plants. The first plant, the one in the pot, had grown into a small, fragile tree. But it was nothing compared to the second plant, now a mighty tree, standing tall, its branches wide, offering shade to all who passed by. Grandpa looked at the boy with a knowing gaze. "So, which one do you think grew better?" The boy stood in awe, staring at the towering tree. "The one outside," he said in awe. "But Grandpa, how is this possible? That plant had to face so many dangers. It should have withered away. How did it grow so strong?" Grandpa chuckled softly, his voice calm and wise. "You see, son, that plant outside had to face many dangers, yes. Storms, harsh sunlight, and wild animals. But it wasn't the dangers that made it strong. It was the way it faced them. The storms, the winds, the extreme sun. They didn't destroy it. They made it tougher. They made its roots dig deeper, its trunk grow thicker. Over time, it became so strong that even the fiercest storms couldn't shake it." The boy stood there, digesting his grandfather's words. Grandpa looked at him with deep intensity. "Let me tell you something. Something that will stay with you for life. If you always choose comfort, if you always avoid challenges, then you will never grow. True growth comes when you face the storms of life. It's the obstacles that strengthen us. They are the stepping stones to success. Remember, if you can face this world, braving the dangers, overcoming the hardships, nothing, and I mean nothing, will stand in your way." The boy's breath caught in his throat. He understood now. The world, with all its challenges and struggles, wasn't something to fear. It was something to embrace. As he stared at the massive tree outside, a sudden clarity washed over him. The obstacles we often see as threats are, in fact, opportunities. Like a puzzle waiting to be solved, every challenge we face is a chance to grow, to become stronger, to level up in the game of life. Think of it like a video game. The real fun comes not from avoiding the challenges, but from overcoming them. Each hurdle you face, each obstacle in your path is a test that you can conquer. So don't be discouraged by life's challenges. Embrace them, tackle them, and watch yourself rise higher than you ever thought possible. This is the secret to success: facing the storm, embracing the challenge, and growing stronger through it. Now go forward and keep rising.